Hey everyone, welcome to today's video. We are going to talk about price predictions for Zilliqa. Yes, we're going to go for it. So welcome. If you're new to the channel, subscribe, hit the bell button, like, comment. I obviously covered Zilliqa not too long ago. We'll talk about what's kind of happened since then. First of all though, follow me on socials, check out the links below, jump in the Telegram group, it's free, say hello. There's about 1,700 people in there now, it's pretty vibrant, so if you want to ask any questions, feel free to do so. Now, Zilliqa. This isn't to try and foam you in, by the way. I am going to do, towards the end of the week, just to let you know, a fact video about what is Zilliqa and if people are actually genuinely interested in learning a bit more about it. It's one of my hauls. I bought a little bag the start of last week. It's doing incredibly well, and I want to kind of cover off and round up some issues that people may have been facing in terms of where to store it is one thing, social media metrics, why they're very important, and most importantly price predictions, because people are getting a bit too carried away. I want to ground you. I want to try and pull you down a little bit because people are going, it's going to go to $10. No, just be mindful. So it has decent supply. That would indicate that it's not too high, it's not too low. This would also mean that it won't go to stupid levels. You've got to do the maths involved in terms of overall valuations of things. Because if this is like $10, you've got to then times it by the circulating supply. You're going to get a big number. It's going to be into the trillions. It's a bit unrealistic. So just, you know, if you're seeing people on Twitter and moon boys going, yeah, it's going to go $10, ignore them, basically. So you've got maximum supply 21 million, total supply, obviously it's going to churn out all kinds of stuff over time. The way it works, obviously I will do a video, and it's currently, return on investment, it's up, it's one of the up ones, and it's ranked number 42 based off coin market cap, even though that metric is not the greatest in the world. So one question that I do get quite a lot is wallets. Zilliqa.io is probably the best in terms of my view. I've got that. Basically, if you've got a ledger, get on your ledger, download the good old Zilliqa wallet, connect it. It's really simple to do, and it's all on there. I'm looking to accumulate this anyways. I'm looking to move a small proportion of what I bought onto the exchanges to just kind of, you know, if this pops, say for example, kind of carries on going and it starts to turn around with the market and the cycle changes, I'll hit the sell button and I'll accumulate more at the lows, so I don't have to worry too much, and I'll leave whatever I've got in my hard wallet as a good investment. So moving on to video. Alt rank, the one in the middle there, as you can see, this is the one where the social element is doing incredibly well. So the volume, it's due at 29 out of 2000, social volume 4, we've got the rank change and all kinds of stuff. Basically, this is telling you how commercially viable people are talking about said coin, right? This is making it like really buzzy, the hype factor. Now, funny enough here, this is where it has been previously. The lower the number, the better. This has been doing incredibly well over the last few weeks due to what it's kind of been doing in terms of development, staking, all kinds of stuff. But people are starting to get to their head around that. This is doing good things, hyping up. Money follows hype. Hype follows money. Remember that. If people are talking about something, what do you know? When Bitcoin goes to stupid high levels, what do you know? People want to buy it. Same with Zilliqa. There's still plenty of opportunity to get involved in this. Obviously, wait for a retracement. But I already looked and I showed you in the previous video that if you watch that, where we've been in the past, and that this has never had a bull run before. This has still got ongoing developments going on, all kinds of stuff. So as you can see here, social posts are going up, social engagements are going up, bullish factor going up. So it's all good if you are looking into certain things. Obviously here you got top influencers. I've not really spoken much about it, so I probably won't even be on there. But overall, this is a really good website. This is called Lunar Crush. It gives you a bit of an insight of what people are doing, how big communities are, how good communities are as well. You know, it always reflects in that way. So it's always good. Now let's look at some predictions, okay? Because predictions are always fun, but they're always misleading. Now these are some here by experts. Pinch of salt. This one though, I think is the most conservative and the most realistic in my viewpoint. I would snap hands off right now if someone went to me 19 to 20 cents. With the amount that I bought, it's a good chunk. It's a very good chunk in terms of putting money in. It's basically a 20x, give or take, right? Someone goes to you, right, mate, you're going to make 20x this year in the stock market. You'd fucking go, all right then, mate, bye. cheese easily, bugger off. In cryptocurrency markets, it happens quite a lot over time. Over a year, it never really happens in the stock market unless you've been investing for maybe 20 to 30 years, which is mental to think. So, be realistic with your numbers. Don't listen to the moon boys that are going to say about, for example, there's $5. I think that's too unrealistic. If that goes to $5 in the next 5 to 10 years, I will be absolutely, unbelievably pissed off probably because I probably sold it. But ultimately, very, very surprised because I think it'll be crazy. But I'll talk about my predictions in a second. We'll jump on the chat in terms of where I believe we could go in terms of round numbers, psychological levels, and all kinds of stuff with bull markets and bear markets. But I do feel that, in my honest viewpoint, 20 cents or 23 cents is roughly where the all-time high was, is a really good place to be. That is, you've got to also understand that that was in May 2018, 4 months after the market meltdown of the alt season coming to a complete and utter halt and things dropping. So you've got to have a bit of realism in terms of, well, that's a really big accomplishment. Why did it do it? But you've got to think, well, if the hype and the momentum builds, can it actually go beyond that? If it breaks above that level of all-time high level, it's blue sky breakouts. It could go freaking anywhere. That's the biggest thing. But I would be very, very concerned if you're listening to people saying $10, $15, $20 because it's very, very unrealistic. It's like when people say with Cardano, for example, oh, it's going to go to $10. What? Cardano's got more supply than this. So that's very interesting. There's other predictions as well here. Some here, there you go. This one here, yep. By 2025, $1.33. So I'd be absolutely over the moon if someone said to me, like, $1.33, just jump in, that's great. But we're going to look at the chart and put a bit of realism on this. Now, this is obviously, Zilliqa's chart, right? I'm going to just zoom out onto the weekly time frame so you can see it. This is barbaric in my viewpoint. Look at where we are, right? And I already mentioned in the previous video, the risk reward of buying towards the lows of a coin, if the fundamentals are still good, they've got the technicals, they've still got the team, the community back it, all kinds of good stuff. It's helpful, right? It's really, really helpful for an investment. But you only put in what you can afford to lose, and you add to it with time, with confidence, and also trying to accumulate, because you get all kinds of market cycle moves. And you look in the past, for example. We'll zoom out into the past. Look at the way it goes up, it drops, it goes up, it drops. All these little upwards and downwards. You sell when, for example, using the Hitman here, this is the actual Hitman settings. You sell on the red days, you buy back on the oranges, for example. I've got them in different colours, I'm a bit weird. But it kind of helps. But let's have a little look at where we are now. This is what we have now. Yesterday, I'll zoom in enough. Yesterday, I put on the free channel on Learning Crypto, which is a link below, the retracement elements, right? So let me just remove some of the jargon. Now, I said that this area was going to be the retracement area. It pinged it and then it's pissed off, right? I believe we're going to go to 200 Satoshis pretty much soonish. This is also a weekly level, 217 probably the area we're looking at. So this whole area, box area, is probably a potential area it could go. That is very, very short term. What we want to go is a little bit longer term. So looking at the daily, zoom out a little bit. And all I'm going to do, I'm going to put little price predictions based off what we're seeing here. Now, what we're seeing here is a big, massive mess, because this is basically confluence of weekly levels, and it's really, really interesting to see that we are still incredibly low and we've got a long way to go. And this is in Satoshi values as well, not USD values, just to give you an insight. I'll look at USD in a second. I'll probably forget, but sorry if I do. When we're looking at overall price structure and where we could go, we go to the top of this, that's another 250%. That was in January 2019. That's absolutely crazy to think that we've already risen from this bottom area. We've already risen from the bottom 294%. This could go and double what we've already achieved, which is absolutely scary to think. But we're going to go, actually I'll go to the USD charts because a lot of people will twine at me. I know they will, sorry guys, but I know you will whinge at me going, what's that in real, what's that in this, that and the other. We've only got limited data, but what I will do, actually, I will find another chart, bear with me. Zilliqa dollar, it's a bit further, bear with me. You could just talk amongst yourself, or, I don't know, pick your nose, maybe. Just trying to find one that goes back a little bit further. The only reason why I'm doing this is because it may actually no, that one will do. That one will definitely do. So this is on the daily on Hyobi. This is giving you pretty much the all-time high. There you go. That's what we need. Perfect chart. So this is telling us where we've obviously been. The golden region where we want it to become is 23 cents basically. So if I was to go right bang, that would be perfect. Absolutely on the nose perfect. Anyone that's questioning why we've been in there in the past and why we can't go there now, you shouldn't really be invested in the asset in my viewpoint. That's what I look at it. So when I look at this and think to yourself, well, that is a possible area. And I'll be honest with you, even if Zilliqa goes up to that and doesn't get any higher, I'll be happy with that. I'll be over the moon with that. I'll be honest with you. Considering how much I bought, I would make 12 times my money pretty much. 12 times my money. If that does it in a year, that is a very, very good investment and one that you probably struggle to do in any alt market, give or take depending on what you buy. But as I've already said, this could go higher than that. Higher. That could have a blue sky breakout. We could see 30, 40, 50 cents, but I'm not going to go into that. I'm not going to FOMO you into stuff because that's a bit silly. I'd rather go to where we've been. But if that goes to there and it breaks above that, it's a blue sky breakout. It may go on for a lot longer. We've seen what happened in the past with bull runs and coins. It gets a bit crazy. So that is one conservative estimate. The second conservative estimate that I would like to put on here is the obvious one. 10 cents. Why? Key psychological level. We've already got support and resistance in and around that level. You can see it there. That stops and turns around there. That stops, pulls back and then blasts through it. And then we break below it. There you go. And it acts as support in and around that resistance, sorry, in and around that region. That is still 5 times money from this point. Still, that would give me roughly about 6 times money going towards 10 cents. Absolutely amazing returns that could be on the cards here over time. And you got to look at where we've been, right? Look at where we consolidated and look at the little nib. This little nib is going to give us some good money already. It already has in reality. So don't look too far ahead in terms of, oh my God, it's crazy. But in my viewpoint, look at the top. Look at 10 cents. And if you're very, very conservative and you're looking from current price points, look at the 6 cents level or the 5 cents. Actually, no, 5 cents. 5.5 cents is a really, really key level. Look at that where that turned around. That little area where it's got a bit of a clump. If you zoom in on that area, you'll see it. And it makes very, very clear sense of why I've said 5 cents. That is 5.5 cents. Look at where it's been resistance, held, support, bang. 5.5 cents is very, very interesting as well. Definitely somewhere to look at. And, you know, in my viewpoint, it still feels absolutely miles away. That is literally 5.5 cents is all the way up there. That is crazy. When you consider where 10 cents is, freaking hell. You know, it seems like a long, long way away, but you never know what's going to happen with these with these assets. You just don't. So there is my conservative estimates. I would be looking at jumping out if I was happy with my money and I wanted to just take what I wanted and just be happy with it. I think 10 cents would be like, well, I'll probably start getting a bit sweaty. I'll be thinking, wow, I've just turned that much into that. That's crazy. Don't get too caught up in greed. Greed will kill you. It will, and pigs get slaughtered. Remember that. So, ta-da. Next video you'll probably see on Zilliqa will probably be towards the end of the week. I'll probably do a fact one, about 7 facts about Zilliqa that you should know before investing. And there you go. Enjoy.